How can we surrender to Jesus' authority with our ears? How can we surrender to Jesus' authority with our ears? First, I want to start with what not to do with your ears. All right, I want to start there with what not to do with your ears. I want to give you a couple things. And in this, what we can do. Number one, do not listen to false stories. Do not listen to false stories. Here in 2 Timothy 4:3-4, Paul's talking to his son in the ministry, one of his disciples, if you will, about something, and he says this passage picks up after Paul had instructed Timothy to preach in season and out of season. In other words, preach when it's desired, preach when it ain't desired.
That's right.
Preach when the circumstances are perfect, preach when it ain't. Tell people the truth, what they need to hear. He was telling them. And so this picks up after he had given him that instruction. And so it says here in 2 Timothy 4:3-4, for the time will come when people will not put up with sound doctrine. Instead, to suit their own desires, they will gather around them a great number of teachers to say what their itching ears want to hear. They will turn their ears away from the truth and turn aside to myths. I got a question for you. Do you have itching ears?
Itching ears.
Do you need a Q-tip? Y'all need a Q-tip? Do you need a Q-tip, to get to that itch? Meaning, do you have certain things you want to hear and you want people to say exactly what you want them to say, so it can satisfy your own inward desire, your own selfish desire? You need a Q-tip? Jesus, the scripture is talking about you here. Look how this same text is recorded in New Century Version. 2 Timothy 4:3-4. Because the time will come when people will not listen to true teachings, to true teaching, but will find many more teachers who please them by saying the things they want to hear. They will stop listening to the truth and will begin to follow false stories. Paul says the time is coming when there will be many more teachers. Y'all get this? Who will teach people exactly what they want to hear. Not the truth, but what they want to hear. Not the truth, right? But whatever satisfies their flesh, whatever satisfies their own personal ambition, that's what they want to hear. But what they need to hear is the truth. That's right. So there will be a significant increase in people believing falsehoods, myths, and conspiracy theories.
That's been in the news lately.
Doesn't it sound familiar? All right. Stuff that can't be substantiated. And they want you to believe it, and they're talking about it. Stuff that's generated from people's fears, fantasies, and fanaticisms. That's where it's coming from. These things are happening right now in the mainstream. It's even happening in common everyday interactions that we have at the grocery store, wherever we go. Just common, we see the same thing happen. People are purporting these ideas that can't be substantiated. In other words, just straight lying. Okay, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. It just lies.
It just made up something.
It just lies. And it's all around us. And we're seeing it in our society today. It's pretty clear. So we don't want to listen to false stories.